Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Amnesia. I am Liz, your GM for this evening. Aaron's decided to take a little break, so I thought I might just jump in and help out. And of course we have one of our number one players, Shannon. Gotta grease you up, get you on my side for the evening. Of course, it's the way to do it. Well, tonight, obviously, we're going to be playing Amnesia, and it's the game where no one really knows what they're doing, so welcome. It's presented by Woodcarver Gaming, and we make some awesome dice accessories, like this beautiful dice tray. And we've also got a GM screen. So if you want to order, take a look at some of the stuff we make, just check out woodcarvergaming.com.au. But why don't we just get cracking on to tonight's episode with our intro. Sorry about that, folks. Hopefully you can all hear Shannon now. Shannon,
hello. Can we all hear my wonderful voice, hopefully?
Fingers crossed that works.
Fingers crossed.
So, well, let's go get started then. So you wake up to the feeling of water droplets landing on your face. As each drop lands and slides down your cheek, you notice the rest of you feels cool and damp. You open your eyes to discover you're in a dimly lit cave.
Dimly lit cave, okay. Have I got anything on me? Like...
roll a d6.
D6? 6.
Okay, well, you notice that you have a badge on you, which looks very authoritative. But apart from that, you don't have anything else that's of note.
Okay, at least I've got clothes this time, okay.
Or do you?
Oh, do I have clothes on?
Does that mean you're checking yourself out now?
Yep, I am checking myself out.
Alright, well, as you're looking down, you can see you're wearing a pink and purple fur coat. Although on closer inspection, you realise that it's actually your own fur that you're pulling at. As you continue to give yourself a once-over, you notice something else about yourself. You have 4 legs and hooves for feet. Very well-kept, manicured hooves. You notice that your hooves seem to sparkle as the candle flames dance on you.
Oh, okay. Do I have a human upper torso?
You do not.
Oh. But do I have hands?
Just 4 legs.
Just 4 legs? Oh, okay, so I'm like...
You've got dexterity, you know, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how to use your body.
Okay, alright. Cool. Alright, I want to have a look around this cave and see what else I can see.
Sure, let's roll a d6 again for me.
6. 4.
Alright, so as you look around the cave, you can see that it's almost like you're at the end of the tunnel. So there's only one entrance. It's quite circular. You can see that the light is coming from candles that are hanging up along the walls. Mm-hmm. And you notice that there's a table that's got just a couple of chairs around it. There's a couple of probably 4 or 5 picking axes lying about. And then on top of this table, you see a jewelry-sized chest box. And that's pretty much it that's in the room.
Alright, I'll go to this table and I'll have a look at that jewelry box.
Sure. So as you get up, you're aware that your body is stiff, but no injuries. Your head is clear, a little too clear. You suddenly become conscious to the fact that you have no prior memory to waking up. All that you do know is that you're very thoughtful. So as you're walking to the table, what do you do?
Yeah, I'll have a look at that jewelry box that's on that table.
All right. Roll a d6 for me.
1.
All right. Describe what you want to achieve.
So I want to be able to pick up this jewelry box and maybe open it and have a look what's inside.
Okay. So as you bend down with your head bends down to further investigate it, you actually end up misjudging the distance between your head and the jewelry box, and you just slide it straight off the table. And what's more confronting is that you don't actually realise, but you didn't feel it touch your head. It was like almost like an extension of yourself. So you look around to see if there's like anything else kind of going on that you don't notice about yourself. What would you like to do?
So is there anything on my head? Like I want to feel around my head.
Do you want to see if you can find a puddle that's large enough to get a bit of a reflection going?
Yeah, like a mirror, yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, roll a d4 for me.
4.
Perfect. So you go to look around and you actually find a large puddle nearby. And as you look down to check out your reflection, you take one look and just laugh at yourself, because how could you forget about this glorious horn that's sticking straight out from your head?
Oh my god, no way! Oh, I am majestic!
You're beautiful.
Oh.
The glorious mane happening. You're very well looked after.
Am I white?
No, you're pink
White
and purple.
fur. Oh, yeah, that's right, you said pink. I forgot already. Sorry, amnesia.
Yeah, it's the memory. Terrible stuff.
Pink and purple. Oh, okay. Ooh. Excellent. Alright. Well, I want to have a look around. Is there anything else in the room? Like, because it's pretty much just a dead end, pretty much, you said, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. Nah, you've already taken in everything else that's in that space. All you know is that there's light emanating from the entranceway, and you can hear a couple of voices.
Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, I'll go towards the front of the cave then.
Okay. Are you wanting to be noticed, or are you being
No,
stealthy?
I'll silently clip-clop to the front of the cave.
Alright, roll a d6 for me.
4.
Alright, so as you're getting closer to the entrance of the cave, very quietly, you can hear that there are definitely 2 distinct voices happening, and you suspect that they are talking about you, but you're not hearing enough of the conversation to be able to fully grasp what it is that they're talking about.
Can I gather the tone of their conversation?
Yes, so one who you assume must be the person in charge, is very relaxed and is just wanting to, keep the situation calm. He's not bothered by anything. Whereas the other person that he's talking to thinks that whatever the situation is going on is bad.
Ooh, okay. I'll try and get a little bit closer to see if I can hear anything.
Okay. Roll a d4 for me.
2.
Yeah, you try to subtly get close to the edge, but that damn horn, it just knocks straight into the edge of the cave, and you just hear this echo of noise, like traveling down, and the voices just completely stop talking. And you just start hearing footsteps walking closer towards you.
Alright, I'm going to quickly run back.
Alright.
Into the cave, and then flop down on the ground.
Click, clop, click, clop, click, clop.
Hopefully this will not be obvious.
Why don't we just roll a d4 to see if they believe you?
Oh my god. 1.
Okay, so you just happen to hit the ground as they're already walked into the cave. And you see one of them as like one eye's subtly open and shut. Manila, you're awake. Come on over and say hello to your dear friend Dig.
Alright, I'll get up. I guess they're talking to me. I'll get up and I'll clop over. What are they? If, like, when I see them first, are they human? Are they...
So you're taking in these two figures, and they're small in stature, but they're quite large in terms of their, I guess, like their broadness and everything like that. They're green, and they're wearing overalls that they look like they're very hard workers. They're covered in dirt. They've got dirt marks across their face. There's also a bit of a smell happening as well. It's possibly mold from the dampness in the air, but it doesn't seem to bother them.
Clearly not. It's probably one of them. Alright. I'll walk over and I'll be like, hello! It's me, Manila. Howdy.
Hi, Manila. I was worried about you. You'd been asleep for so long.
Well, I do need my beauty sleep.
Yes. We all need a bit of beauty sleep sometimes.
Where are we again? I've been asleep for so long.
You're at the Goblin Caves. Don't worry, we're all friends here.
Oh, good. What am I doing at the Goblin Caves?
That is what you always do. You come over to collect parcels.
Parcels? Oh, have you got a parcel for me then?
Yes, we do, but you were very tired from your journey, so you had a little nap in the corner over there. We didn't want to disturb you.
Oh, that's very kind of you. What did you say your name was again?
Dig.
Dig. And you are? The other one.
Oh, my friend here is Gunther.
Gunther and Dig. Nice to see you again.
How are you?
Oh my. Well, what have you two been doing? What kind of parcel have I got today?
Roll a d6 for me to see how much detail they give you.
One.
Oh, you're rolling high tonight, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Manila is one sharp unicorn.
Well, it's nothing out of the ordinary, just the usual delivery of the parcels. Just a couple of boxes. You can take them in the morning. There's no rush.
Oh, no, I've had my sleep. I'm very well rested now. I should probably take them now. Where are they going again?
They're going to the friends on the other side of the forest.
Ah, right, yes.
But they aren't ready for delivery just yet. You came a little bit early than you normally do, so we'll make sure everything's all packed for you in the morning.
Oh, right. Well, in that case, I've had a bit of a rest, so I might go have a look around for a little bit. Stretch my legs.
Yes, Gunther here. We've actually organised a bed for you, so we'll take you across to the sleeping quarters.
Oh, thank you. Certainly. I'll you go ahead and I'll find my way there.
So you remember how to get to the sleeping quarters, do you? The tunnels are very windy. I'd feel more comfortable if we showed you.
Oh, you know the old saying, a unicorn never forgets.
Yes, we have heard that, but us goblins are very hospitable. We've got to make sure that our guests are nice and comfortable.
Very well. Well, if you insist, I will come with you. And then I should really stretch my legs afterwards. Otherwise, I cramp up, and that's not good for delivering parcels, is it?
Oh, no, we definitely don't want that. Well,
No.
come this way.
Oh, yes, I will.
So, are you gonna follow close by, or what's your plan?
Yeah, I'll follow. I'll still hang a bit back, but I'll follow, and I'll watch to see if they're acting suspicious.
All right, roll a d4 for me.
D4. Oh, 4.
So, as you're walking, quite, about a metre or so behind them, you can hear little whispers between them, but nothing too out of the ordinary, you would think. Mm-hmm. They look back and forth a little bit. Diggs, bright eyes, smiles, friendly as anything. Gunther looks a little bit more weary about the whole situation, though.
This is outside now?
So you're still underground, so you're actually going through the tunnel system underground.
Oh, so they're taking me further underground.
Yeah, so where you were was actually like at the end of a pocket of one of their tunnels underground.
Right, so in other words, that was my only chance of escape. Alright, are there any other goblins around? Like working or...
Roll a d10 for me to see what you can hear.
0, that's the d10. Oh, jeez. Oh, tonight is not my night. That was a 1.
Oh, okay, wow. You're not seeing any other goblins around. You can hear very, very minuscule sound, but it's too far away to actually picture what it is.
Okay.
The goblins work at night, so you suspect that if they're telling you to wait in the morning, that they must be
they've
working.
got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I will continue to follow then at my distance and be wary.
Sure. So as you're walking, you notice that there's a couple of random tunnels or entrances into other pockets where you suspect, there's like offices or the dining hall and places like that. You probably walk a total of about 15 minutes and then you reach what you assume is the entrance into where all of the little dormitory spaces are.
As I'm going along, I want to every now and then just get my horn up against the wall and just scratch a little trail.
Sure. Roll a d12 for me to see if you are noticed.
Oh, jeez. 4.
Okay, so you are probably not doing it as frequently as what you'd like, but you're able to get, a couple of markings here and there very quickly before Gunther notices what you're doing.
Okay.
Hey, Manila, what are you doing back there?
Oh, my horn's itchy. I was just scratching it.
Right, well, stop marking on the walls.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize
Professionally
I was doing that.
crafted.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, dear me. I'm such a klutz with my horn sometimes.
Right, well, do better next time.
Yes, I will try.
And then you just see Gunther quickly racing up to catch up with Dig. Probably maybe another minute or so has passed, and then Dig comes around and says, "Well, here we are, Munilla. Your little home away from home. It's not the finest, but it is one of the comfiest beds that we've got here for you."
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's lovely. Goblins are very well known for their hospitality. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. We do this for all our friends, I assure you.
Thank you.
And then you go in and they just leave the door slightly ajar. And then they kind of let you be to settle in.
Alright. Well, what's this room look like?
Roll a d6 just to see kind of what detail.
Okay, on these ones I go good. 6.
Perfect. So you can see quite clearly in the room. You've got a couple of different candles just to light up the whole space. They're not very large pockets. They're probably only about, say 5 meter by 3 meter, something like that. Enough to fit a bed and a small table. You can see the bed is just a small plank of wood that they've popped they've basically got a doona cover and they've just stuffed it with straw. And then you've got a couple of well worn out blankets, but they look clean enough. A couple of pillows. Their bedside table is just a wooden milk crate, and they've just put a really thin cloth over top of it just to make it look a little bit fancy. And then in one of the corners there, they've got a bucket of water for you.
Oh, jeez, I've spared no expense, these guys. Seems lovely. Well, as lovely as this place is, I might go for a bit of a walkabout. I'll walk out of the room and see what else is going on in this tunnel.
Sure. So at a first view, you don't see much at all. It's still fairly quiet. Everyone's clearly still at work. What direction would you like to go in?
Let's go back towards that sort of office area.
Yeah, sure. Roll a d6 for me.
1.
Oh, sweetie.
Gotta switch dice.
I think so. So as you're walking back in the direction that you came from, you can see that a lot of the doors that are in the section that you're in with the dormitories are closed. There's no lights, so they're either asleep or they're still at work. As you come across around the corner, you can hear a little bit more. It's getting a little bit busier. There's definitely one of the corridors. That's definitely where the commotion's coming from. So the corridor that's on the left-hand side. And then as you're walking a little bit further, you see that there is definitely an office open, the door that's open, and there's light emanating from it, and then you can hear that's where Dig and Gunther are.
Oh, Dig and Gunther. Oh, I might sneak up to that door. My silent clip-clopping abilities.
Roll it a d4 for me.
That's a 1.
Yeah, so that horn really is your enemy tonight.
My God, why am I here?
You basically just push the door open wide. They are well and truly aware that you're there.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Manula. What are you doing here? I thought you'd be asleep.
Oh, no, like I said, I had a sleep before, so I was just stretching my legs. What are you two up to?
Nothing, just goblin business stuff. Running a mine. The work never ends, you know.
Yes, oh, don't I know that. I've been running back and forth for days between places, delivering parcels and all that sort of thing.
Oh, your memory is starting to come back, is it?
Yes. Why would you think I lost my memory?
Because you didn't remember who I was when you first woke up, remember?
Oh, no! Oh, you silly duffer. That was, it's a joke that all us unicorns play on our friends. We're constantly like, who are you again? Oh, and then they go, oh, well, I'm Mr. Clip-Clop. And then you're like, haha, got you! It's all so fun, and got you!
Roll a d4 to see if you convince Dig.
I feel like I was pretty convincing. Okay. 2.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I mustn't have gotten that memo in the Goblin Chronicles or something. Right. Ha ha ha. Very good.
Yes.
So you said you wanted to stretch your legs. Is that right?
Yes. I could use a bit of fresh air as well.
Fresh air? Well, I suppose I could take you outside for a brief moment.
Oh, yes, that would be lovely.
And you just see Gunther kind of going as if to be like, this is not a good idea.
Don't worry. I won't wander far. I'm still far. I still am a little bit fatigued. I really just need some fresh air. Otherwise, I feel like I might keel over.
Oh, that's fine. I feel like I need some fresh air too. Being in these caves all day and night, it's not good for you. So I'll take you up there myself.
Oh, thank you, Dig. Thank you.
No worries. And then he takes you directly outside, and as you continue walking down the same hallway that you were actually going in the right direction, probably only about a 2-minute walk away, and on the right hand side you actually end up feeling a small breeze of fresh air coming through, so that hits your fur a little bit. And then you take a right and you walk up through the tunnel.
Okay, excellent. So I'm sort of getting to the outside.
Yeah, so as you're walking up it's not a very big incline, but you can definitely tell that there is a slight incline as you're going through. And there's less and less candles, and you're starting to see like the brightness that you assume is coming from the moon.
Okay. So Dig, what exactly do you mine here?
Roll a d12 for me.
Nine. I thought it was a 6, but the line was underneath.
We mine all sorts of things here. Lots of different types of dirt, and there's golds and crystal type stuff. Yeah, lots of different things. Just depends on what our clients need, you see.
Oh yes. Oh, what kind of clients do you get?
Oh, well, all sorts of life. So we've got other goblins, because the different clans, they deal with different trade items. Then, the unicorn folk might need something, and there's various different people that, yes, all sorts of creatures that we help out.
Oh, that's so nice of goblins to do that.
Of course, it's a lovely service that we do for the creatures that live in this neck of the woods.
I mean, it's such a shame to hear the bad rep that goblins get some days as being tricksters and evil and such.
Bad tricksters? Goblins? I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it on some people, and I always say, no, the goblins are really nice. They're ever so hospitable.
Oh, I'm glad you tell them that, because we think that you're a very good friend of the goblin folk, and we would hate to ruin that relationship.
Oh, yes, of course, of course.
By now you've gone and you've exited the caves, so you've reached to the fresh air.
What's outside like? Is there like fences, or is it just outside?
No, so it's open plain. It's so where you are, if you were to look directly behind you, you would see a small mound, so that you would know that it was a cave entrance, but you wouldn't be able to see how big of like everything that's going on underground. It just looks kind of like just a small little bear cave type thing. And then looking out, you can see that there's a dirt road that's been heavily travelled, but it's actually being hidden by trees, and it's quite dense. And then if you look up in the sky, you can see clear blue, or not clear blue because it's nighttime, but it's clear. There's stars, there's a bright moon, but you can't see anything else out.
Tell me, have I don't believe I tricked you earlier. I do forget a little bit sometimes. Have I been coming here often?
Of course, you've been coming here every week for, I don't know, Gunther. How long do you think that Moon has been
Gunther's
coming
with us
here?
as well. Oh, Gunther, I didn't see you walking with us. I thought only Dig was here.
No, Gunther is always here with me.
Oh, you scared me, Gunther. You're quite a little Lightfoot, aren't you?
Yes. A couple of years.
Couple of years?
Yes, that is right, isn't it? Manila, you've been here for a couple of years, every week.
I thought you said a couple of weeks.
No, I said that you come every so often, but you've definitely been a regular person that we see. That's why we're such good friends. We've known each other for such a long time.
Of course. How could I forget that? So, do you boys get out much?
Oh, well, we go off to see the family, but our main job and priority is the mines. It's busy work. Got to keep things moving.
I suppose you don't get any bandits or stuff out this way, do you?
We do at times, but we have our ways of dealing with people that try to enter our caves without an invitation.
Oh, yes, you'd have to, protecting all those gems and stuff. I look behind them, around the sort of mound, and I go, oh my god, are those bandits over there?
They both quickly turn around, but you've noticed that. Actually, roll a d6 for me. Let's shake this up a little bit.
Ooh, 6.
So Gunther is like full alert, he turns himself around. But you get the impression that he's been around for a while, so he doesn't trust you. So he's only kind of half turned, so he's still got an eye on you and taking it in. But Dig, like, he fully just turns his back's like, you can't see nothing. He is fully looking out there.
Shit. I run.
You run.
I run. I run in the opposite direction.
All right, roll a d20 for me.
2.
Aww. It's like your limbs are still asleep and you don't have quite full control of them, and you stumble a little bit, and there's like a small rock that just gets stuck underneath one of your hooves and you go straight down. And by this point, Gunther is like on top of you, but because obviously you're a unicorn, you've just got this like little green blob that's like on you, but he's quite heavy, so you can't move.
Gunther, what are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? What are you doing, Manila?
I was trying to run around to flank the people that I slipped and then you jumped on me.
Well, I couldn't hear any bandits, so I don't know what you were seeing. It must have been the shadows.
Oh, really?
Yes, I just don't think that you are well.
Oh, no, I'm very well. Thank you very much. I'm gonna try and get up now.
Gunther gets off you, but he's not, like, he's flanking you. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. At this point, Dig's like come around and he hasn't a clue what's just happened. Like, he has no idea.
Dig, did you see anything?
No, I couldn't see anything. But what's going on over here?
Oh, I slipped. I tried to run at the people, but I slipped, and then for some reason Gunther attacked me.
Gunther, what's going on here? Manila was trying to escape, Dig.
Escape? Why would I be wanting to escape? There is no escape, is there? What would I be escaping from?
I just don't know. We've given you a bed, and we gave you water in your room, and we've been having such a lovely conversation.
Yes, we have, and then I saw some bandits, and then you attacked me.
Well, I do apologise for Gunther's reaction. Gunther, apologise to Manila.
Yes, Gunther.
Sorry. And then he just falls behind Dig.
Gunther, could you please give me a drink? I am parched.
Gunther doesn't move, but then Dig has a look at him. He goes, "Come on, let's all go downstairs. We'll go back inside the cave and we'll all have a glass of water. I think we need it after that little bit of excitement." And Dig kind of just like hops off a little bit, and he's almost had this burst of energy from this potential bandits that he's encountered. He doesn't get outside very much. You gather that the fresh air's kind of gotten to him a little bit.
Actually, Dig, before we go downstairs and have a glass of water, should we perhaps check out where those bandits were? They may have dropped something.
Roll a d10 for me.
D10. 9.
Ooh. You've convinced Dig. He's up for it.
I reckon I would have convinced Dig with a 1.
But Gunther still does not trust you, so he is by your side, grumpily by your side. What do you do?
Alright, we'll go over to where I pointed. And then we'll have a look a bit around.
Yeah.
And then I'll sort of walk around a bit, and then I'll point out some footsteps that are on the ground that Dig has made earlier, and say, "Look, footsteps! I told you there was someone here."
Roll a d4 for me.
2.
Dig starts to get really excited as he sees these footsteps. He's like, "Whoa! The footsteps of the bandits. Gunther,
Yes.
Gunther, come take a look. Look what Munilla's found." Gunther takes one look and he sees right through it. Dig's foot is actually right beside the footprint that he's pointing at. That's your footsteps, sir.
No,
It is.
No, that's much smaller. You've got very large, beautiful feet, Dig.
Oh, Manila, stop.
Oh, Dig.
I do think that we've all had just a little bit too much fun here. I think it's time to go back down. Don't you think?
Well, actually, Dig, I was just wondering. You do have very large feet. That must mean you're very fast. Are you a runner by chance? 'Cause you look extremely fit.
Roll a d4 for me again.
4.
So, Dig, you always see this like vibrant green, like fluorescent green just appear across his cheeks as if he's, just just overwhelmed by what it is that you're saying. But then he quickly overcomes that feeling and goes, oh, thank you, Manila, but Gunther here does all the running for me.
Does he? Well, I bet that you could outrun even me, a unicorn.
Oh, I don't think so. I think you're being a little bit too kind.
Oh, no, of course not. There's only one way to settle this. I'll tell you what, let's have a quick lap around the mound here. And I reckon you beat me fair and square. And I'll tell you what, we'll have Gunther wait at the start of the mouth of the cave. We'll both start there, and then we'll run around. Then the first one back wins, and Gunther can be the decider of who wins. What do you say?
Roll a d20 for this one, I think. Because you've got to convince Dig and Gunther.
5.
Dig loves the idea of it. He's a bit of a punter, so any good bet, like, he's really onto it. But Gunther's definitely got his hand in the pie. Like, if you think about it, he definitely wears the pants in the relationship, and he's not taking the bar of it. It's like, sir, I don't think this is a good idea.
Oh, nonsense, Gunther. You're such a stick in the mud. It'd be 20 seconds tops. 10 seconds if I know how fast Dig is going to run.
Gunther takes Dig aside a little bit and has like an almost heart-to-heart kind of moment with him and tries to persuade him otherwise. And you can take out like every couple of words, and he's like, "Sir, remember, we need to get Manila back inside the cave. No, sir." And then you see Dig go, "Oh, but it just seems like so much fun. We never have fun around here."
imagine the fame! A goblin that could beat a unicorn! Oh!
Dig just kind of lifts his ear a little bit closer to hear that. And then you just see Gunther he's still like put his foot down. And then Dig just kind of resides in and goes, oh, I suppose you're right, it is. The sun's going to be coming up soon. And then he just turns to you and says, come on, it's bedtime. We've got to get up early in the morning to give you your parcels. You still want your parcels, don't you?
Oh, yes, I guess. But would have liked to have had a bit of a race, though.
We can do it in the morning. Once you've had your nap, you're all refreshed. But I haven't. I've been up all night, and I would feel better to do it in the morning.
Oh, I guess. Right, lead the way. We'll go back into the cave.
So, Dig's on his way. He's like just happily kind of bouncing about, and Gunther's just waiting in the background.
Gunther, I don't know what you think you're doing, but you're making Dig not have very much fun, are you?
Unicorns might like to have fun, but us goblins, we know that work is more important.
So why do you want to get me back in the cave so badly?
Because it's not safe for you to be out here when you are so tired. You haven't had your full night's rest yet.
Oh, nonsense, Gunther. I'm as fit as a fiddle.
Well, tomorrow morning, when we have the race, you can decide then, and you can prove it to us all.
Why can't I prove it to you now? How about a one-on-one race, you and me, right here, right now?
Roll a d12 for me.
Bloody hell.
What did you get?
2.
Yeah, Gunther's not swaying on this.
I really hate Gunther.
He's pushed you down now. You've started walking back down the cave.
So what, he's like behind me? Yeah,
he's behind you. And you can just see Dig. He's probably about like 3 meters or something in front. He's just turned around with a smile on his face.
Be there in a moment, Dig. Keep going. Could you please get me some water?
Yes, we'll go to the dining hall and we'll all have a glass of water. Might see what other refreshments we have available.
Alright, we'll meet you there in a second. Oh, Gunther, do you mind? I think a pebble got stuck in my back shoe a moment ago when I slipped over. Could you please be a dear and grab it out for me? It's hurting a lot.
Roll a d12 again for me. Just to see, because he's not a fan of you.
7.
Alright. He's... He's not stupid. He knows that, or he suspects that you're going to plan something.
Mm.
So he's going to get you to go against the cave wall, but a little bit further in so you don't actually have the width of the entrance like near you. And he's like, all right, which foot is it? And which hoof?
The one up against the wall.
So Gunther positions himself in a way that he's up like against your body to prevent you from being able to move. Mm-hmm. And he's got a tight grip on your leg. And because he's got little fingers, he doesn't need some sort of tool to try and get out. So he takes a look at your hoof.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'll let him get my foot up so we can have a look.
Okay. I suppose we should probably roll to see what he finds, hey? Let's do a D4 for this one.
3.
So he has a look, and yeah, you can see a little stone. Not enough to hurt you, but oh, I think I found something. And kind of just takes out this tiny little stone. He's like, I wouldn't have thought that would hurt somebody like you.
Oh, that feels so much better. You have no idea how painful that was.
You can see a little smirk go against his face a little bit, but then he quickly goes back to the stern, structured face that is Gunther. You're welcome. Now, we've got to meet Dig in the dining hall. Let's go.
Oh yes, of course.
He lets go of your hoof, and he's still standing quite close though. He's very conflicted, poor Gunther. And then tries to direct you to go back down.
Is he touching my butt?
He's not touching per se, but he's pretty close.
Yeah, let's kick out.
You're gonna kick him?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. Let's go D12.
12.
Oh shit. Poor Gunther, like, you kick out, you put in full force, like, do you want to explain what you're doing here?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick out, and apparently he's fast, so I'm gonna kick out to his knee. And try and shatter his knee.
So, as you kick out, you don't quite hit his knee, but you hit pretty darn close to his knee. And he like fumbles back, and he's taken off guard by that. He's stunned, and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing here? I thought I just helped you get your foot. You got that stone out, and
Sorry.
my leg."
Reflex, and I run towards the entrance of the cave.
So as that all is happening, Gunther tries to get up to actually try and catch you. Roll a d6 for me.
2.
2, okay. So Gunther, then, as you're running towards, are you going on the inside of the cave, or are you going straight through the middle?
I'm trying to put as much distance between me and Gunther as possible, so I'm going to try and...
So for you to do that, because you're already up against the wall, you actually have to take it wide. So you have to go towards the center of the cave hallway to then go back out to like actually do like a 180 kind of thing to get out. So at that point, as you're turning, Gunther's able to step in front of you, to be like, what are you doing?
Sorry, Gunther, I lower my head.
You lower your head. Are you gonna spike him?
Yep.
Oh, Gunther. Alright, I think this requires a d20.
Goblins should never be trusted! 8.
Okay. You don't pierce his skin, but you definitely injure him, and he's like stumbled back. It's hit his like upper chest area. There's no going back from that. Like he's winded.
Excellent. I'm just gonna run over him towards the entrance.
He's flat on the ground. He's gone. You hear it. Oh! Just a bit more grunting and groaning, and you're out of here.
Yep, I'm out of the cave.
Where are you
not
going?
trust these goblins. I'll follow that dirt trail.
Okay. So you continue through the dirt road, and it starts to get, like, the trees that are on either side of the road are getting thicker and thicker, and obviously it's getting darker and darker the further in you go. So you probably... Are you running still?
I'm sort of cantering.
Okay. So you're quite comfortably then getting some distance happening between you and the short-legged goblins.
Yes.
So within probably about 10 minutes or so, you're in the thick of the forest. And what do you want to do?
Can I see the trail still?
Yeah, you can still see the trail. It's very well worn because it's used so regularly.
Right, I'll continue to go along the trail and then stop every now and then just to sort of keep an ear out to see if there's anyone following me.
Sure. Roll a d6.
6.
So at this stage, you can't hear anything that's close by, but you feel like you can hear something in the distance. But you're not...
Behind me?
Behind you, yes. In terms of what's in front of you, you can smell something, and it smells familiar, but it's wafting through the air.
Okay, I'll continue going that way.
Okay. So you keep walking / cantering away.
Yep.
Yep. As you continue through, you start to go to a small clearing, and you can see there's a couple of houses and, well, little like stone kind of buildings, probably like a pub and little things like that.
Mm-hmm. So it's a little town. All right. Can I see anyone about this town?
No, it's still dead of the night, so everyone's asleep. Not even the pub's open.
Oh, jeez. Oh, what kind of town is this? Alright, I'll slow down, I'll go into the town. If I look around, can I tell what sort of people live here? Like creatures? Is it goblins? Is it...
It seems it's not goblins per se. Like, it looks like it would be a variety of different species, I guess. So you'd have like your goblins, you can see that there's a stable, so there must be other unicorns or horse-like creatures that stay here. There's like a pixie bakery or something like that as well. So you can see that there's a multicultural small town.
Okay. I want to go to that stables. And I want to see if I can see any other unicorns.
Okay, roll a d10 for me.
6.
Okay, so as you go closer to the stables to inspect, you can see that there are definitely remnants of other unicorns that you would like be able to see that would go there, and you get the feeling that you've been there before. So you've got your first memories finally coming through. So you remember talking to the goblin who that ends up being Dig. So you're bowing at this point in the cave where you woke up, and he's placing the jewelry box that looked like a chest that was on that table around your neck. And the goblin is speaking hushly. May the light of the moon guide you, and with this chest of fairy dust, may the peace between goblins and fairies continue.
Oh, shit.
And just like that, an old VCR, like your memory fast forwards back to a lady who has young looking complexion, but in the eyes you can see that she has been around here for a long time and is looking tired and worn out. And she says to you, Manila, don't trust the goblins. They are not the victims here. Without fairy dust, we cannot protect the world, all this land.
Without fairy dust?
Yep.
Huh. Whoops.
It's part of the amnesia. I forgot the first memory a little bit earlier, so I do apologise.
Interesting. No, this seems like the perfect time to have that come up.
Yeah.
Right. So there's no unicorns in the stable at the moment?
Not at the moment, no. Not that you can see from where you are, because it's locked up. So from the entrance that you can see, nothing else.
Right. Okay. I don't know where that pixie was, do I?
You can have a look to see if you can get. So is this the one that was in the memory, or?
Yes.
Why don't you roll a d6 for me?
D6. 5.
So when you take a closer look at some of the buildings around, you can see that there's one that looks quite, I guess, newer structure. And you can see that there is a light on.
Okay. I'll go over to it and I'll knock on the door.
Okay. Roll a d4.
Please don't tell me this is a roll to see if I'm gonna stick my horn through the door. 2.
2. So you go to knock on the door and it's only lightly tapping. Yeah, so there's definitely a bit of a tap there. And you hope that whoever is in the room that the light's on will be able to hear you. So you wait around you, I'm assuming, to see.
Yeah, I'll just wait.
Okay, so you can see, because it's 2-story, so you can see that there is a curtain that's moved a little bit. So whoever's in there has seen you, so that they're coming down the stairs.
Okay, excellent.
So
Alright, I'll wait.
After a couple of minutes, you hear the voice come through. Hello? Who is this? What's going on?
It's me. What's my name again?
Manila.
Manila, please let me in.
Manila? What are you doing here this time of day?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Please let me in.
Opens the door and you can see that the pixie, the person that you're seeing in front of you is a pixie who is dressed in light blue clothing, and it looks almost like a uniform. Roll a d4 for me.
Where'd that go? 4.
So you can see that the logo on the uniform matches what you saw on yourself when you first woke up. So that badge.
Right. Well, what is it a picture of?
So it's a symbol of basically like different circles together. So there's 3 different circles, and then it's just got like a star kind of symbol, like a star that's covers it, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. Please, I need to see the Queen.
The Queen. Are you all right, Manila?
No, I'm not. Can I see whoever's in charge, please?
Sandra, you want to see Sandra?
Yes, that's her name, Sandra. Please.
This is.
It's quite urgent and has to do with the goblins and the pixie dust.
Oh, okay. I'll try and get a hold of her now. Come on in, quickly.
Thank you.
So as she takes you in, she ushers you into what looks like to be like a study room type thing. And roll a d4 to see if she can get a hold of Sandra for you.
3.
3? Okay. So she's able to get a hold of not Sandra directly, but one of her people. And she's being able to arrange a meeting for the next morning, which is only in a couple of hours anyway, because it's so late in the day.
All right. I will wait.
All right. So she gets you all settled into that room, and then the pixie goes back to finishing whatever she does. As this happens, though, you have another memory. So you suddenly start to see small amounts of time flashing before your eyes. And as you're starting to kind of see repeats of the memories that you've already experienced, and you're starting to get more feelings associated with those images that you saw. So when you're looking at the goblin, you're starting to get a bit of fear and anxiety coming through. So that you're beginning to become, I guess, worried about the situation that you're in. If something doesn't feel quite right, the way that they're approaching you with the chest, it's not the same as what's happened the numerous other times you've visited the cave to collect the chest to bring back to the Fae people.
Okay. Okay. All right. So they were on edge. Something was different.
Yes. So when you've done, so this time, you can definitely tell that something's not right. It hasn't gone as seamless as it has before.
Never trust the goblin.
You just can't know. Just as you were starting to dig as well.
Right. Should have stabbed him.
Let's try harder next time.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
So by this point now, you've kind of come out of your meditative state, and it's the morning now, and you've got the little pixie friend that's come through and says, "Manila, come upstairs. Sandra's waiting for you." So she takes you upstairs into the room.
And I'll walk in and I'll be very dramatically, I'll say, "Treachery! I don't know what it was, but those goblins were going to betray us."
Manila, what happened?
They tried to keep me prisoner, but I managed to escape. Something felt off. I think they were planning something to do with the fairy dust. It didn't feel right.
Did you get any of the fairy dust?
No, I didn't.
I don't know what else to tell you. Without the fairy dust, the goblins might win.
Well, I don't think they were actually going to give us fairy dust in the first place, to be honest. I think it was probably a trick. Something felt wrong when they were giving me the chest. It was probably like a bomb or something.
And you don't remember anything else? What do you remember? What happened?
Well, I remember that I was getting the chest from them, but something was odd. It wasn't like before when we had gotten fairy dust from them. Like this time it felt different. They were nervous. They really wanted me to stay for some reason.
Okay, so at this point, Sandra, you're seeing this worry go straight across her face. And because she's such a powerful being and just being in her presence, you can tell that she commands just a lot of respect from the Fae and I guess the other townsfolk. You yourself begin to get quite worried and know that you've got to do something to make the situation better, and the fairy dust is the key to the whole situation.
Sandra, I think we need to go in force.
All right. How many people did you see, or how many goblins did you see?
Really, I only saw 2. I think I almost killed one on my way out. I stabbed him and I trampled on him. He's probably really hurt. I kicked him like in the knee region. But their leader, Dig, seems very stupid.
Yes, Dig is one of a kind.
Yeah, you can say that again. But Gunther was a bit of a prickle.
Yes, head of security for the goblins, Gunther is.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right. As in the distance, you can actually hear your ears prick up, and you can hear what you think must be the sounds of the carts in the mines. So you know that they're approaching the town now, the goblins.
I don't mean to make matters stressful, but I think they're coming right now with carts.
Okay. I knew this moment was going to come. I hoped we would be a little bit more prepared. But I think we need to try and get Dig on his own so we can have a better handle of the situation.
Stab him.
We don't do stabbing, but if that is what is necessary to get matters under control and to obtain the fairy dust,
yes,
then I will let you make that decision.
Excellent. I really don't want to stab him though. He is pretty cool. What does the fairy dust actually do? Like, why do we need it?
Roll a d6 for me.
6.
Okay, so Assange is taken back by the question because fairy dust is the core to the land. Fairy dust basically keeps the balance between good and evil, and it also gives you the power to do what you need to do as the unicorn that delivers the parcels, which is the fairy dust, if you haven't put that together. But also the security. That's why you are the person that goes and collects the fairy dust, because you've got the strength to overpower if the situation arises.
Oh, yeah!
But also,
Manila to the rescue!
The reason why there's such urgency to get the fairy dust is because the current supply is dwindling.
Ah. Not so good.
No.
So they mine the fairy dust?
Yeah, the goblins mine the fairy dust.
Right. So they wanted to increase their power?
Yes, to put the balance in the evil side.
Wow. Surprised they didn't make their move earlier. Right. Well, I mean, I suppose Dig might, he might be willing to be talked to. Without that Gunther there, I think Gunther's...
Yes, he's troublesome, Gunther.
Yes. If he's not dead, we really need to kill him. He definitely needs a stabbing.
What would you like to do?
How many warriors have we got in town?
Roll a d4 for me.
One.
Just you. All the others are currently away on another mission.
Oh, of course they are. Bastards. Well, that's not great for us. Right, well, I suppose we should go out and meet them, shouldn't we?
Lead the way.
I shall.
So yeah, you make your way back downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go straight out there and just kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, we'll go out into the town centre and wait.
Okay, so you're in the town centre. There's a little statue there. Looks like someone important, Fae size. So just the really lovely bone structure, and and then surrounded by just a nice little garden bed. And in the moonlight, the flowers have just opened up. So they're taking in the moonlight as well. And then in the distance, you can see now that there's two carts. Dig is in one. He's not looking very happy, and then you've got Gunther beside him. He doesn't look in very good shape, but he's there. And they're flanked with maybe only like 2 other goblins.
Okay, so there's only like 4 goblins all up?
Yeah, there's 4 goblins all up, plus the drivers of the carts, because there's 2 carts. So you've got, 6. There's 3 in each cart.
Okay, so 6 goblins all up. Alright. Well, if I can get them to line up, I could probably skewer them all in one.
Brutal.
Alright.
How do you want to approach the situation?
I'll just wait for them to come up.
Okay. So as they're arriving, you notice that Dig actually has something on him, and you recognize it as the chest that was on the table in the cave when you first woke up. And as you see that, it's like all of these memories just wash over you. So you remember being in the cave, you remember Dig, but this time, as you've bowed your head in preparation of the chest being put around your neck, you've had fairy dust thrown at you. And Dig has said, "With this fairy dust, it is I who must take all your trust." And like a wave, all these other memories suddenly appear. You recall being sent to the Goblin Cave to collect the latest fairy dust mining. The fairy woman, who is a Sandra, she's actually a high-ranking member of the Fairy Council. She's sent you to the caves as head of security to have a discussion with Dig, the head of the Goblin representative team, to sort out the situation with them, because you believe that they have actually been stealing some of the fairy dust.
Skimming dust off the books!
Yes!
Bastards! Right. Right.
What are you going to do?
Sandra, I know. Sandra?
Sandra.
Oh, Sandra. Sorry, Sandra.
That's right.
I've got all my memories back. I know what's going on. I'm up to speed. We're cool now.
I'm glad, Mila, because this is a very, very important situation, and I need you just to be quick, and we need to get this. We need to get to Dig to see our way. I don't want to harm him. The relationship between goblins and fairies has been strong for many, many, many years.
Well, he used the fairy dust on me to make me try and trust him. So I think that relationship's kind of out the window now anyway.
See what you can do.
All right, I'll try. What's pulling the carts?
Sorry. Roll a d6 for me just for shits and giggles.
3.
Okay, so the poor little goblins at the front are looking really tired, and you can see now that they're basically doing the Flintstones version of the cart. Their feet are actually propelling the cart forward. So these 2 little feet are just running like mad. That's
Oh
how
my!
driving it. Yeah, that's why they need the 2 specifically for driving.
Right. Yep. Okay. So it runs on goblin power.
Sure does.
2 goblin power. That's how fast those carts go. Alright. Alright, I think that's far enough.
They just stop and they just collapse in exhaustion.
Oh, poor guys. Right, Dick, what have you got to say for yourself?
Manila, I'm very disappointed in you. I thought we were good friends. We had fun, didn't we?
You're disappointed? You threw fairy dust in my face.
I did no such thing.
I remember everything.
It's your word against mine.
Well, I'm a unicorn. And you're a goblin. What happened, Dick? You were so cool.
Can see his face changing, and there's pain, there's anger, no remorse, but you think you might be able to see him second guessing things, but then Gunther elbows him in the rib cage, and then he wakes up a little bit more and he says, I'm not going to talk to you about this. We, us goblins, are no longer going to supply you with fairy dust.
Dig, that is not you talking. That is Gunther talking. He is whispering lies and hate in your ear.
Roll a d6 for me to see if you can persuade Dig.
Oh, which one should I use? Hopefully I'm going to use the good one. A 3.
Okay, so he's looking at you, and you can see that he's confused. He doesn't want to believe you. Everything he's been taught up to this point is that they can't trust the Fae. The Fae don't have the best interest in the goblins. But there's something about the way that you approached him with such kindness to a certain extent. And I guess the honesty that he hasn't seen from Gunther, who is just quite abrupt in the way that he talks, that he's opened to listening to you.
Good. Dig, I remembered your name. Dig. You need to listen to me, please. Please listen to me. This truce that has been between everyone has been good. And if goblins are having a hard time in any way, we can talk about it. We can work things out. That's what we do for each other. We help each other. Goblins have not been less in anyone's eyes. That's not true. And if stuff has happened in the past, we are sorry. But together, for the future, we can all work together and build a better world without hate or anything like that. If you trust us now, we can build that.
You see a little tear well up in his eyes, But you said earlier that goblins can't be trusted and that we're mischievous and that everybody says so. You can't mean what you've just said.
I do mean it. I do mean it because that's the past talking. Neither side, both sides have their faults, I will admit. We have our faults. And the first step is admitting them. And we are admitting it now. But
Before you can finish your speech, Gunther gets the impression that Dig is just ready to jump out of this car and like join you. He's like starting to gear up with his little excitement. It's like exactly what he was like when he thought that there were bandits near the cave. And so he's just basically soaking like a sponge everything that you're saying. And Gunther is the opposite. He's just seething. Roll a d6 for me.
Oh, Gunther, I should have killed you. Oh, shit. 1.
So at this point, Gunther gets up and he just raises his voice and he's like, enough! You, the unicorns, the fae, have never done anything for us goblins. We're not giving up the fairy dust easily. And then he just looks at Dig and he says, I knew you shouldn't have been the head of rep. You're too weak. I need to show you how to take control. Your father was weak. We need a new leader.
Don't take it, Dig! Punch him!
Dig doesn't know what to do. And because he's almost childlike, and Gunther's been by his side the entire time, he's just kind of shell-shocked, and he's just standing there not knowing what to do. How do you react?
Run, Dig!
Roll a d10 for me.
Somehow I don't think I am good in high pressure situations. Oh no, I am not. That's a 1.
So as Dig goes to get up, as if to like kind of follow your lead in this trance, Gunther just pulls him straight back down. As he does so though, the fairy dust chest falls out of his hands and onto the ground, like on the outside of the cart.
I'll use my unicorn swiftness abilities to run over to it.
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, so you run straight at the cart, but it's like you forget how to use your legs once again, and you just end up running into the cart and then pushing it back.
Sorry!
Dig's there like wobbling around, like not knowing what to do. And Gunther's getting ready to jump out of the cart. You know,
how are you still able to walk, Gunther? Right, I'll look around for the chest.
So you see that it's to your right, and it's probably about a half a meter to a meter away.
I'll go to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and go to it.
Yeah, you'll be able to get to it because the cart's gone in front of you, so you would be closer to the chest.
Right, I'm gonna stand over the chest, and then I'm gonna tell Dig to come here.
Roll a d12 for me.
10.
So it takes a bit of persuasion and repetitiveness to get him across, but because Gunther has already gotten out of the cart, he's not able to stop Dig from running towards you, and Dig comes to you.
Oh, this better work. Dig, I trust you. Use the fairy dust on yourself. We trust you.
Roll a d20 for me.
15.
Dig's really shocked by it, and he pauses, and he pauses for long enough that your tension starts to rise and you're like, what is happening? Like, it's as if he's turned into stone. And then it's at the very last second, he grabs the chest. As he does so though, Gunther starts running towards Dig as if to stop him doing it. So then he opens up the chest and he's just not 100% sure, but he's almost there.
I'll give the box a tip on him.
Okay, roll a d6 for me.
5.
That works. He ends up getting like a face full of fairy dust, and he just kind of stumbles back, sneezes a couple of times.
Dig. We know we haven't been the kindest to goblins in the past, but hopefully this can prove that we trust goblins. We can build a better world together. But some goblins, like Gunther, and I'm pretty sure there's species on our side as well that won't take to this kindly. We need to show them that we can work together.
And just as you're saying this, there's bright little lights that kind of like pop, like the popping candy, but light kind of flashes out. And then his face kind of just changes and it becomes more passive. And you can tell that he's being receptive to everything that you're saying. And he just responds, "You're right. I trust you." And that's where we're going to end tonight's game.
Woo! A better world for whatever the world's called.
Well, I have come up with that.
Oh, yes.
It is called Fable.
Ah, the good world of Fable.
Yes. Well, thank you for playing tonight.
No, thank you for having me. It was a big roller coaster.
I'm
Roller
glad.
coaster of ones, but
It
got
was
there in the end.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a bit shaky at the start, but you know, I think we got through all of that just fine.
Yes.
And I hope all of you viewers enjoyed it, and thanks for coming on this journey with us.
Yes, definitely.
Don't forget that if you want to vote for the next genre for the next show, to jump onto woodcarvergaming.com.au/amnesia. Check out all of the genres and personality types. And then we'll see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. AEST.
Excellent.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.